Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on, it's nearly Wednesday, wishing a week away there, on Tuesday the 30th of November. So let's get cracking looking through these markets. Before we do so, as ever, let's just look at the risk events that could have an impact on our trading today. So looking firstly at where are we going here? What we got with GDP in Canada. Really, we've already had some data out. Already released very low grade data. We've got, I'm just looking here, Canadian data GDP coming through at 1:30. We've got Fed chairs testifying at 3 p.m. and that is it. Scheduled to release. Okay, but this is already. I had a feeling this. It's already released a testimony of that. So if we get Q&A. Is more likely to affect it. Right, other speakers out there as well, 3:30 then 6 p.m, so quite late. Right, let's have a look at where the Treasury yields are. The yields are really down here, which generally goes with a weaker dollar, so let's go and see if that's the case. And well, we'll start off with the euro as ever. And what's the euro showing us this morning? Well, yesterday it looked like one stage that it was going to roll right the way over. It's very bitty at the moment. It's just about to give us a higher low on the here we go. It's about to give us that higher low. Around this part of the market, it's sometimes the most difficult to trade because it's giving you a signal which ties up nicely with the trend, but then starts doing some funny business as it appears, and this is just what we sort of got coming in through yesterday. If you come down the time frames a little bit more, there we go. That was looking at that stage, well, it had broken its 50, looked like it is on for further move down there, but only just popped through it. And it's as I say, back on the bounce at the moment, and some of the data coming through is reasonably positive, and well, we're seeing that reaction. Problem I have now is this is just going into a double top, and yes, it could be breaking this double top and pushing for going to the moon, but realistically we've already seen quite a big move through the Asian session, so it's a bit of patience this morning for me. The pound yesterday inside day, so movement less than the previous day there. Probably no surprise, but this morning it's starting to pick up a little bit. Here it did break down the trend that was sort of sitting there earlier in the day. In the afternoon, moved down to the body lows at least. Just coming out here, but an awful choppy day all the same. Very choppy day. It's again, it's moved through the Asian session here. Maybe have some better movement this morning. It's R1 looks like it could be a reasonable target at this stage, so possible upside there. Of course it might all just run out of steam into that, but it has been up to that level three times already, so maybe that'll this time it might break through. Yen, dollar yen. Of course, we're just sitting around 8 o'clock, and I'm really untrusting of these markets quite at this time, so I would give that a moment, and I'll probably miss it, or potentially miss it, if it does go without me. The dollar yen, well, the yen yesterday it was strengthening, but against the US dollar. Remember, US dollar yen, and it is this morning. So again, we're seeing the weakness. Yesterday, it really didn't do too much in terms of nothing tradable to me. It just danced around in range, and well, it's looking like it's going to continue doing that. I'm just going to leave that aside. Aussie dollar. The thing is, when the market's not doing too good, you just leave it alone. Okay, Aussie dollar. Miko, good morning. You see, you've got the same old sense of humour. Aussie dollar hitting the bottoms here. To me, solid trend. It's commodity currencies have been having a horrible time of things, and there's no exception here. Broke down yesterday afternoon eventually, after staying in such a tight range. Trend really still pushing southwards. There is a bit of divergence sitting around these lows here. We could see further further downside though. I'm just so looking at this, and you can see the range it was sitting in. It's popped out, it's retested that. Maybe if it breaks down again from here, it's got the opportunity to do the rest of that, the distance of that range. But at the moment, well, like everything else, it's just putting in a bit of a swing here, and well, not for me at the moment. Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar, well, bit of divergence, but I mean, again, we just got one that's just soft. Commodities are just having a, as I say, a weak time here. It's back into the sort of the highs. Again, it's a bit early in the morning, but we might see it break down. I'd rather see it break down during the American session, and see if it will break through at that point. But at the moment, it's one that I really want to be on the short side of, but not here. So just leaving it largely alone. Right, looking at a couple of the cross pairs, euro yen. People trading this. Well, it's been this yen's having the best of it, really, making a new low yesterday. When it did start going down early morning there, it ran off the most. Looking at the moment, it could have a little bit more gas in that downward tank. It's probably the best of an ugly bunch, really, at the moment. We'll see how it moves. Right, let's have a look at commodities. Gold. So gold, it's got that 1780 sort of area as support. It's just come back out of the daily, so just see the picture. You can see it a bit clearer on here. It's sort of tempting a breakdown, but the current dollar weakness is helping things, and we're just getting this bounce. Maybe a sell-off, that we may get a sell into the weekly pivot, but it is just a sticky old one at the moment. It's just needing big stops, and far too volatile for most of the time. People just throwing their money at it big time, and I should steer clear. Okay, oil. Was waiting for a bit of a breakdown. Got a bit more breakdown at points yesterday, but it's been a funny old market. We've got the OPEC Plus group trying to put pressure on the price, but at this moment the market's not having it and selling it. There's all sorts of notes coming through that they'll cut production as a response to COVID, the new COVID strain, etc. And then of course we had some reserve oil being suggested it's going to be sold off, so that's all putting price on or pressure on the downside of oil at this stage. Minor divergence where we're sitting here. Again, I'd rather look at this on a later in the day when we got the cash market open. But for now, looks soft, but testing those lows could catch a bounce. Okay, yes, Miko, the euro is quite oversold. I will just look at it briefly. So euro 4 hourly here, it has broken it now. Look, it's broken that prior high, pushed on through. Could be it's to be interested to see how far. I mean, the obvious place statistically is the R1 4 hourly R1 to be pushed through to, and that 100 MA. Of course, with such a bounce and such a move, we might get, if it's prolonged, a move towards that 4 hourly 200. Right, okay, let's just go and have a look at the other markets. He says, hopefully it works. Here we go. Let's have a look at what's happened overnight. Then CSI 300, once again, selling off. I remain bearish on this market. I think it's ugly as sin, but and the way it's just consolidated here, it just looks primed at some stage for more of a correction to the downside. Little else to say on that. The Nikkei 225 here, again selling off again through the night, and as I said, the more this new strain of COVID is discussed or whatever else, the more pressure it puts on the equity markets. So UK market now open, and FTSE's already down. It's open down this morning, and again looking weak, as is the DAX and the CAC 40. So All three European markets looking a bit soft. It might have just been a bit overly done here on the CAC. It's looking like it's catching a bit of a retrace, but I just don't trust these. There is some support here on the CAC going. Sorry, DAX just going back here around that round number, just around the 1500 area. But again, it just may be knocking on the door. Maybe it may get a bounce. Okay, that's those markets. Let's just have a quick look at what's happening in the world of crypto. Just a quick look at Bitcoin coming off again here. Well, okay. The euro, the pound, the European currencies running upwards. I thought this might have followed suit with a weaker dollar, but also Bitcoin being sold at the moment. That might just turn around as the day develops. But it is from a weak position overall. Yes, it had a weekend okay, and yesterday it pushed up a little bit, but it's still a weakish position. It's the jury's still out whether this 100 moving average will stick and hold it. Ethereum holding better, not yet down to these lower levels, but it's put in lower highs, and it's quite a mess. And Ripple just looks like it's set for further downside. To me at the moment, it's just looking weak. Yes, it's into those prior lows, and they might just hold it, but it's looking still soft. Right, that's it for me. I wish you a great day's trading. I'll catch you in the morning. Bye for now. Take care, Miko.